Hey guys, so today we're just going to do a quick little garden tour and see what's new, see what's changed. So I'll see you in the video. Alright, so we're going to start at the far end instead of over by my front door like we normally do. You're probably going to see and or hear my cute adorable little helpers. There's one circling around me like a little shark. Yeah. So these are the chili peppers. Sorry if it's a little dark, guys, it is getting late in the day. So these are my chili peppers. They're not looking awesome anymore, but they still are producing plenty of peppers. I don't know if you can see that one. It's hiding right there. And they're just, the peppers hide behind the leaves, like literally almost. There's a green one right there. So this one right here and this one right here are doing pretty well, all things considered. I'm busy, sweetie. He's not. So they have withstand most of the environmental problems that have been endured, like whitefly issues, the wind blowing them over, me knocking into them, the cats, you know, stuff like that. This is one of the sweet basil. Oh, stop it! Sweet basil containers. No, you can't jump on me. Stop. That we got from Home Depot. It is doing big and glorious. It's not necessarily loving over here, and we do have some whitefly issues still, but all in all, it's doing pretty well. More helpers. That one who keeps trying to run me over. Move. Alright, so this is the jalapeno plant, and it's got plenty of jalapenos on it still, as you can see here, hopefully. There's some good views. This is the only surviving one between the two that we had bought, I do believe, from the Lowe's. Get down, Onyx. Onyx, please stop. Thank you. So this is the one that survived. The other one had issues with bugs and pests and stuff, so it didn't make it. This is the other one of the basils. I bought 4 in total, so you'll see the other 2 later. And then over here we have, in this neat little container, carrots, 2 types. So this is going to be my purple cosmos, and this is going to be my regular carrots, the traditional orange style. I split them down the middle as best I could as far as planting them, and just, can y'all not? And spider cat, and planted them in there so that way they would have as much space as they could for each variety. I am going to have to thin them out, so I'm going to have some snack carrots. And sorry for the sirens. Yeah, I don't know what that's about. But yeah, so we're going to thin the carrots out as they get big enough, but right now they're just way too small. Okay, in this over here, as you can see, the old watermelon plants. Right now I have some red beets, the bull's blood beets from Baker Creek. I just planted them today, so hopefully they will grow and the cats won't sit on them. Unlike my spinach over here, which I had some growing, stop it. I had some growing and I don't know what, stop. I don't know what happened, and so I had to replant them again. You guys, go. Get off that. Get off it. You turd. Get off that. Okay, so this is one of my Playboy roses that we have still. You can see it's lovely, it's pretty, it's got different colors sometimes. It's doing pretty well. I am keeping some of the little dead flowers on here just to see what they do. Interested in that. This is my Malabar red spinach. They have these little purple berries. I don't remember if you can eat them or not, but I do believe that's where the seeds are, so I'm going to let them just kind of hang out and do their thing. Since it is a little out of season for them, I haven't been picking any of the leaves off, so I'm just letting it do its thing. Will you stop? Yeah, this is exactly what I do every time I come out here, so it must have been time telling them to not do something. Alright, so I got some more beets, and I did some kale out here in these scratch marks areas and under his butt. So that way hopefully I have some more, because my kale is just not awesome inside right now. I don't know why, but it just doesn't like being inside, so It's not wanting to start for me there. I have 2 golden beets right here, a kitty cat head, and 2 random volunteer lettuces there. I had more brassicas over here, but again, they think this is their personal lounge section, so they literally will not stay out of things. That should be a broccoli and or cabbage for both of those right there. But all in all, they're doing pretty well. I did move this hoop, or these 2 hoops, into a bigger shape because we are going to be putting up new shade cloth early in the next year, so I'm hoping that I can get plants to go higher this time so I have a little bit more space to grow under and to actually reach. This ginormous beauty here is my eggplant. It's supposed to be a Hungarian eggplant, I think, or something. It's supposed to be a big squatty eggplant that goes up to 3 pounds or something like that. It's from Israel or Iran, I don't know. It's from the back east somewhere, and it's supposed to be like a really big squatty version of the traditional eggplant you find in the stores. I have yet to see a single one. I don't know why. We got a few flowers, like this one right here, this little flower here. So I think I'm gonna have to come out here with a Q-tip or a brush and do it myself, because I don't think the flowers are opening up and the bees are getting into it, because I still have bees all over the place most of the time. Like right now it's a little cold for them, I think, because I went home. So right here next to the eggplant, and actually kind of intertwined into it a little bit, is 2 jalapeno plants that I bought from Home Depot. I got them from the Bonnie Organic live plant section. They started off as these little maybe 6-inch tall starts. There was 2 in a container, and now they are 4 feet, maybe 5 feet on a good day. And then we'll circle back around for the rows behind it. So right here and right there are the other 2 sweet basils that I had gotten from Home Depot. All the other ones that look just like it are either seeds I had planted and or starts that I did inside from propagating. All of these purple basil here, other than some small ones over there, which I'll show you in a minute, I got from seeds that I got from Baker Creek, including this little, I think it's a jalapeno plant. I have 1 pepper that's actually big enough inside, but these are all little, so I'm just letting them stay. I have tucked in here some running beans. I haven't gotten any. Oh, I did get a bean from it. Yeah, 1 bean. I think this is my purple variety. I don't remember what the purple variety is, but you can see that dark little thing on my finger is one of the beans, so I'll have to come out here more often and check those. Okay, let's go back over here since we're still back here. So at the beginning of my gardening journey, I went to Summer Winds Nursery. They are a great place for most, but for me, no luck. Unfortunately, these peppers that were supposed to be jalapenos turned into be bell peppers. We don't know what variety necessarily other than green. I got a handful of tiny peppers from them. I had 6 to begin with. I have 2 left that are sort of hanging in there. My Butchaloka, it died. We don't know why. But anything that was over here, they just didn't do well. We don't know why. They kind of like hung out for a little while and then petered off. So that's that. But this pretty thing here is a petunia. It is the night sky variety mixed with a different star-shaped petunia. And the night sky flowers are random. So I see little bee or bee-like things. I'm not sure what I saw earlier today. It looked like a bee, but it didn't look like a bee. It was really weird. It's kind of cool. But they hover over these all day long, so I know that I'll get random little night skies. I don't see any night skies at the moment. It is all these little pale purple flowers, but I'll see if I can find one on my other, because I have 3 of these. Okay, here is supposed to be lettuce. If the cats will ever stay out of it, there'll be lettuce. Right here, this little patch of green is supposed to be collards. I had a whole row, but of course cats love me so much, they dig in here. So this is little patch is what they left me. Underneath this jumble mess of ash and whatnot are potatoes. And for the ash, my husband just takes our recyclable papers, boxes, all sorts of whatnots, and he burns them until they are mostly like just tiny white powder. But today I guess there was a little aluminum in there, so I'll have to take that out. But I spread it over the garden. Ash helps in a lot of different ways, so you can look it up and whatnot, or I can do an actual video on it if you guys want, of ways that ash can help and what kind of ash helps the most. These seems to help for me. I mixed it into my original beds, both sides, when I started, so everything seems to be doing well. There was another bell pepper that was facing the other direction than that one was, and that one was a green bell pepper. This one is my purple bell pepper. I've gotten a few tiny ones from this one, but not many, and it's still doing well, so we'll see come the beginning of the year if it's still here, because I'm not sure if it's going to get cold this year or not. We're still hitting high 40s to mid 40s at night. Hey, you didn't have a bite taken out of you earlier today. What happened? I think I have a caterpillar in here somewhere. Alright, well anyways, so this is my little brassicas. These were lined in lines, but right now I don't remember which is where. So this should have been broccoli. This should have been cauliflower. This one's clearly labeled the red cabbage because I had an old red cabbage label. That means that's green cabbage, and that's probably Tuscan cabbage right there, if that is the order they were in. But we'll see as they get bigger. I didn't thin anything out. They were all the way to the wall, so what didn't grow was probably cap related or just lack of germination because of too many. I'm not entirely sure, but we're working with what we have. Over here I had noodle beans. These are the remnants of the noodle beans. I haven't taken them down completely. Kind of want to just leave them and let whatever grows there grow there, and then climb up them, but we'll see. There was a runner bean right there, but I don't know why it's not doing so hot. And then my beans over here, which are supposed to be bush beans, they produced a few beans, but you can see they're just floopy. This is another set of runner beans. I think it might be getting a little too cold for them because these are kind of crunchy. But I don't see any beans on here. I did get one or two beans from over here the other day. Put it in some ramen. This is my other petunia that I have over here, and I think I saw one. No. Oh, here. That guy. It's not a very good example, but that guy, where they're all spotty like that and like super dark purple. You can see that, hopefully. It looks a lot prettier in person. It's like a violet, like a dark violet. But those are the ones that are considered the night sky varieties. Over here some more bush beans and some thrown in herbs. I should have oregano, thyme, marjoram, and a few other things that I tried planting. I'm not sure what survived exactly because they all look the same. So we shall see. This is a volunteer. I have a singular sunflower thanks to one of you guys. Yes, one of you guys. There were supposed to be 7 of them, but only one survived. Alright, this here is either catnip or lemon balm. I haven't quite figured out which is which, but either way it's for tea regardless. So, yeah, we're just going to see how that goes. The cats haven't been interested in it, so I'm assuming it's lemon balm. Or they just don't care. I'm not sure. This is the other petunia. They get pretty large and massive if you let them sprout out. Here's some more of the herbs that I have going on here. Will you get off my artichoke? Off. Go. Get out. That guy, if he ever survives, will be an artichoke. Here is my garden sage. Some poblanos are hiding amongst in here, and my Hungarian black peppers. The black peppers are supposed to be hot, but they're not. So I don't know what happened there. But, you know, hey. Over there are going to be some Prince zinnias, purple Prince zinnias. And we'll come back to the rest of that in just a sec. Alright, so over here is more purple Basil, I'm saving the seed stalks as much as I can, and then letting the rest of it kind of just feed the bees at the moment. Right here is my Rio Sombra. It's the only rose other than the big ones that have survived being planted in ground. The rest of them are in pots. My husband just discovered something funny apparently. He'll tell me in a minute. And then here is more of the sweet basil down here. I was up too high. That I had propagated and or did from seed. These little guys here, these ones right here, not that guy, but these purple ones. These are the ones my husband bought me. I shared on my Instagram that he surprised me with some basil, which was super sweet of him. My only surviving Zeon Purple Sun, I think is what it's called. Anyways, I gotta get another one. I have some snapdragons hiding back here underneath it. They've just kind of coexisted this entire time, so I just leave them as much as possible. I have my Northlander peas right here, and my sugar bonds are down there. One thing I've noticed is that the Northlander peas grow faster and taller, and their pods are a lot different. They're a lot flatter and thinner, kind of like a snap pea almost, where you would see in stir fries, where these guys are these plump little things. I wish I could show you one, but they're not mature today. There's some flowers, but no actual pods. So hopefully I'll get some and we can show you. Down here is one, mystery seeds, because I didn't know what spilled in my container. Two is going to be spinach if they ever grow, and a little tiny green speck right about there is marigold. So I have two different varieties of marigold. Only one survived out of the trial, and that is the large one. And when I say this thing self-seeds, you plant one plant and that is all you need. I swear, they just need to sell you a pack of 5 for like $1, and then you'll have marigolds forever. But they are sporadically all over here, which is kind of nice that I don't have to plant them. In fact, there's another one right there, a little guy right there. I did plant some more peas. In fact, where that rose stem is and where that Zeon dead branch is are where my peas are, in a line straight down to the other set of peas. I'm going to stake those when they start popping up, so that way I can get a better support system going on, because this one is supposed to be a teepee, but I don't know what I did wrong. The string doesn't want to stay taut. So that little guy is a volunteer. He did it all on his own. That dead little speck right there is my balloon flower. It did not like the cold. It died, but it was also random that it grew, so that was kind of fun to see it for that one moment. Alright, and this big splotchy looking purple thing here is a huckleberry. So living in the low desert of Arizona, I did not know huckleberries can grow here. So what I do every so often is I'll come get these little berries. You see them right there, and I'll put them in a container, and what I'm doing is I'm freezing them, so that way when I get enough of them I can make like a syrup or a jam or jelly or something, and I think that would be real cool. So I'll show you guys if I ever get to do that. Okay, and then the basil goes on forever, like it just continues. I went basil crazy. Starting here is my Sugar Rush peach. In between here is a poblano plant, which was supposed to be a Sugar Rush, but I guess I mixed them up. Down underneath it is also another Sugar Rush. Those little guys there, again, Sugar Rush peach plants. They're pretty hot. I regretted eating one. I was like, ooh, what's this? Nope, don't do that. Right here, this little viney issue here is supposed to be my spoon tomatoes, which we do have. We have tomatoes. Look at it. If I can get my fingers out of the way. Yeah, we got some tomatoes. They're not ripening. I had one that had ripened. It was just a singular tomato. So I'm hoping that moving these where they get a little bit more sun and they're a little bit more off the ground, they will do a little better. So that's exciting. Here is my intrigue. I think it's called an intrigue rose. It's the only rose I have that smells like a rose. Everything else doesn't really have a smell. But you have these beautiful flowers here. This is what it starts off like, and then it opens up, and sometimes they're purple and sometimes they're this red color. Kind of just depends on what's going on. But they're really interesting. All the leaves that have this red tint here are a good indicator for people looking where roses are forming. So this little space here is going to be a rose. The leaves around it are going to turn red, kind of like this one. The leaves around it turned red, the stems turned red. So that's how I know when the roses are going to bud again, is that they turn red. This is my other Playboy. Right now it is a spiderweb jungle gem. I don't know what happened. It's the only one that did that so far. I had a plant down in there, but the cat sat on it. So, and then this one is my knockout rose, which is pretty, really pretty. I wish it had a smell. No, still doesn't have a smell. But it's got lots of flowers on it, lots of little buds on it. And then you get it from the, Weeks Roses. You can get it from their nursery online, or you can get it at Lowe's. You can also get Weeks Roses from Summer Winds too, so if you want to give them a check out, they're not a bad place. They just need some work on some things. We'll not get into that, but that is the tour of the biggest section of the garden here, and we'll go back up front and look at the rest that we didn't talk about. Okay, so back over here, this one for sure is my Apple Blossom Snapdragon. I don't know if you can see that. It's got like a pinky hue to it. It's really pretty. I think this one's the same thing. I have a few different ones, so I'm not sure which is what. Back here, these two are just rosemary. No real specific name. They are definitely not the Tuscan Blue because they smell completely different. But they're still nice rosemary all the same. I have not grabbed any rosemary off of them because I'm kind of hoping they just get bigger. But, you know, we'll see. Down here is my bouquet dill. I have a few plants of those. I have a random basil that I put over here just to see how it would do. There was another one over here, but I don't know what happened to it. This is the only thyme I can recognize because it came with the rosemary. Next door is a tomato plant. Couldn't tell you what it's from. I think I dropped the seed and it just started up there. I'm not sure, but I'm letting it go. It does kind of look like a Roma tomato because that little guy is kind of teardroppy shaped. But once it gets bigger, I guess we'll see if it ever does. Here's my golden raspberry. This guy just will not quit, which is a good thing. So it started off as a teeny tiny little start, approximately like 6 inches long. It wasn't doing so hot. Its little friends weren't doing so hot. I talked to Baker Creek. They gave me a refund, which I used for more seeds, of course, because why wouldn't I? But this guy, I just kind of let it sit in the pot. I watered it every chance I got, and it just kept going. So I was just like, okay, cool. I have one, so I'll have to get more. This is my boysenberry plant. My problem with my boysenberry plant is that, yes, it's growing. I can see it's growing. There's different sections of it, as you can tell. But then we go down here, and then it's doing that, and I don't know what happened. So, no, don't sit under my feet, dork. So yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that. It might be hibernating for the winter. I don't know. This is the first time with these plants, so we'll stay tuned for those. This right here is regular sweet mint. There used to be 2 of them. So there was one there, and there was one here. And the other one just died. I don't know why, but it died. Got it from Home Depot. Either way. So this one, I put it in a bigger pot, and I water it only when the top of the soil looks dry. I only give it a little tiny bit of water, and it seems to be liking that. So hopefully it'll bush out. So, but that is the tour for the garden and all the things that are new and still here. So I just want to say thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys will see me on another video. So like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye guys!